Hey folks, we're back here on Spiraling Up, and I am getting ready to make Yahki Awakened celery juice, but with a slight twist, because I just wanted to get other things in it that are also beneficial that I don't think would hurt the recipe any. So first, we have parsley, cilantro, and dill. Yahki only puts parsley in his celery drink, but I wanted to add the dill and the cilantro for extra herbs that assist with removing toxic metals from the body. I love cilantro as well. It tastes so good to me. The dill, also very beneficial, but in terms of taste, it gives sort of an aromatic kind of flavor that I also enjoy. So we're gonna put those three herbs in there. Celery, this is about a stalk and a little bit extra from some that I had left over. We have green apples, about 4 of these mini cucumbers, a lemon, ginger, plus another piece. This one's peeled because it wasn't organic. I'm not gonna bother peeling this one. I did wash it, but it is organic. Same thing with the turmeric. Now, Yahki also does not add turmeric, but this is an anti-inflammatory, and so I always like to add it when I can to my juices, all right? Also, we have the cayenne pepper. This is about a half a teaspoon. And then also in addition to Yahki's recipe is this ground cinnamon. Also something that I try to get in wherever I can because of the benefits. So that is what's getting ready to go into this juice. So let's make it. Okay, so we got our juices set up and let's begin the process, baby. Now, as a rule, I almost forgot, you should always put the leafy greens in the juicer first because they have a tendency sometimes to not go through as well. So we want to put those in first and then have the harder fruit kind of push it through. And while that's going, I want to say congratulations to everyone who has set out to get healthy, lose weight, and has reached their goals. And special shout out to those who are maintaining it. I know the struggle. I am still going through my struggle. And a lot of times people, when they decide to start making YouTube videos, they go through their process first, and then they appear to the audience as already having lost the weight, and then they may show videos and photos of themselves when they were bigger. I gotta tell you that for me, that was a thought at first, but I just feel like if I wait, it probably will never get done. Doing it this way for me, starting off at my size and then aiming to lose the weight in front of you, that kind of serves me a little bit better. It keeps me motivated, keeps me focused. I guess you could say it's sort of an accountability piece, you know? And so while I am human like everyone else, and I often fail when it comes to losing weight, because this has been so many years of a struggle for me, I really just feel like if I'm gonna try again, I'm gonna give it everything I got, which includes holding myself accountable to you. But in real life, which is really what I want to highlight, man, there's a lot of failing that we do. But as long as you're failing forward and you keep trying, you keep learning from your past experiences, I don't think any of it is in vain or for nothing. And it doesn't make you a failure. So I just want to put that out there, just a little bit of transparency, because I've seen so many videos of people who I'm like, dang, how did you do that? It took a lot of dedication, but what we didn't see was this part, when they were doing it, when they were at the very beginning of the race. And so I just want to also encourage anyone who is starting off from where I am. Maybe you're heavier, maybe you're a little lighter, but you got to deal with this struggle as well. Please, let's try and hang in there together. You're not alone. And there's a lot of cleansing that happens in this process, not just in the body, but you will also notice, if you haven't already, that your friends will change. Your circle will get smaller, and maybe only temporarily, because what also happens is you start to meet new people that align with what you're doing and where you're trying to go. So don't be afraid to be alone. And that's a subject too that I want to get into on my podcast, because alone time, it's so critical when it comes to refining yourself. A lot of people have a lot of downward spirals in life. I've had them, but now it's time to spiral up. When they say holistic healing, in my mind, this is part of it. You know, all of it is part of it. Your body, your mind, and your spirit. Protecting your peace, you know, choosing who you're going to be around, what kind of energy you're going to let in. I'm trying to get all that I can out of this existence, because there's so much to learn. And if you don't think that we're here to learn, meaning having this experience on earth as human beings, if you don't think we're here to learn, you are wasting your time. Seriously, there ain't but so much you can get out of riches and materialism and things like that, because how many times do we hear about rich people unaliving themselves because somehow unhappiness and things like that still get in? And it's because in here is not right. Something ain't right. And you will notice that your desires begin to change when you start to simplify your life and you start to get yourself healthy and you're feeling good. You know, you got peace of mind. You got people around you that only add to your life. And when you start to give of yourself, you know, so this is part of me giving of myself and just exposing who I am, what I look like, and, you know, how I'm hoping that it will change at some point. So, yeah, so that's a little bit of a spiel that I got this morning, just some random thoughts or whatever. So, but that's it for the juice. So I'm gonna pour this in here, and then I'm gonna add my cayenne, bam, whew, and my cinnamon. Then I'm gonna give it a nice stir. And then carefully pour it back in here. Perfect. Let's try this. Cheers to good health. Oh yeah. That cayenne, I can feel it going down. It's a tasty drink, not hard to swallow at all. There's nothing truly sweet about it, because even the green apples, they're not as sweet as red apples, which I think was Yahki's point, really, for anybody who is concerned about raising your glycemic level. But you can still taste them, very hydrating. Ooh, those herbs. I just love them. They are also a natural deodorizer. The dill, parsley, cilantro. So yeah, if you want to deal with what's on the outside, you gotta do it internally. A lot of times we take topical medicines and creams and soaps and things like that. We don't address the chaos on the inside. So this, to me, is the best way to deal with whatever your issues are that maybe are a little bit difficult to get rid of just by rubbing something on or whatever. So yeah, here you go. This is the first drink I've had this morning. I usually have a water routine. I did a video about that. I decided to make this my first drink of the day. And I'm breaking my fast this way so that there's nothing else for my body to digest. Just this is straight juice. And so it's like medicine going down, and is also hydration. So it's not like you're not getting what you would have gotten if you just drank water. So you could replace your water routine with something like this as well. Yeah, I already have my oregano shot, and if you want to see that too, go see my previous video. Ooh. Cheers, guys. And thank you so much for watching. And if you try this, let me know how it tastes and what you think.